to my channel. My name's Rachel and this is Stitched Up. Welcome back to another Friday Sews. How are you all doing? I hope you've had a really good week and thank you for joining me today. So I've got lots to tell you about my sewing this week and what I've been up to. I've got a few bits and pieces to show you as well, which is really exciting. So we'll get into it, shall we? We'll start by telling you what I'm wearing, which is just my joggers, my Petite Stitchery Yoggers, which are a favourite of mine. So I can't really show you them because, well, they're here. And I've got them on just with my Florence Boxy tee. That is a lovely pattern by Donna from Size Me Sewing. And this was a project that I made with my gorgeous Northern Soul sisters last summer, in this beautiful cotton jersey that we got in the Little Miss So-and-so, as she was back then. All Set to Sew. No, it's not the All Set to Sew. It was the Learn to Dressmake course. That was it. I think this was project number 2, I think. Or it might have been number 1, actually. Can't remember, to be honest, because my memory is shocking. Anyway, that's what I'm wearing this evening. So I'm filming this on Thursday, so I can get this up tomorrow, because this weekend we, as in Martin and I, my husband, are heading to Whitby, which is a seaside town in the north of England, for the Whitby Goth Festival, which happens twice a year. And as those of you that have been following me for quite some time will know, that I have an alter ego of sorts. I used to be a goth and I'm still really into that kind of lifestyle and music, etc. So yeah, anyway, we're heading there tomorrow to stay for the weekend. I'm really looking forward to it, actually. Looking forward to a lovely weekend away, relaxing. Yeah, feels like quite some time that I had some time away with my hubby, actually, and I'm really looking forward to it. So I needed to get this filmed and up so that I got a vlog out this week, because try and get one out every week, and I was hoping to have something filmed earlier in the week, but I just didn't get the opportunity. It's been one of those weeks, as every week seems to be recently, and I'd planned to do a lot last weekend, but with us having Layla, those of you that have got young babies or young children will know trying to get anything else done when you've got them is just not happening, is it? Let's face it. Anyway, I've got a few bits and pieces to show you. So I don't know where to start, really. Let's start with the new Tilly and the Buttons book, Mini Makes, because I bought it. I ordered it on pre-order because obviously I've got my gorgeous little granddaughter Layla, and when Tilly announced that she was releasing a new book with mini versions of some of her great patterns for children, I of course had to get it, didn't I? So I thought it would give me some really good inspiration for making things for Layla. Now, with me getting this on a pre-order, I got a free set of little labels. You just get 2, and it says, I've just shown you those upside down, haven't I? I've just realised that, actually, because on the other side it says make all the things, if you can see that. And then, yeah, you get 2 little labels, which is really nice. And then inside there's a little dedication from Tilly as well, which is quite nice. Now, I haven't had a really good opportunity to look at this because it came yesterday and I was working till 10 o'clock last night, so I didn't get in while quite late. So I just had a quick flick through before I went to bed. But you know what? I'm actually really impressed on first glance at this. There's lots of really interesting information in here. I mean, if you've had any of Tilly's books before, you know she goes into a lot of detail. And I think nearly all of the projects in this book are all sort of mini versions of some of her other patterns. But she's got some really good tips that I came across as I was working through it. Things like, you know, how to use up your scraps, and yeah, look at this, look, little bedtime buddy for scrap busting as well. So I just think it looks really nice, really nice. So I'm looking forward to having a go at some of the projects in here. I think they are all from newborn up to 12 years, or it might even be a bit more, actually. Yeah, 12 years, newborn to 12 years, which is a great size range. So yeah, looking forward to having a really good read of this, and all the patterns are in the back, obviously in the little folder, which is what Tilly tends to do. And yeah, another good tip here, look, making time to sew when you've got little ones. I just think those little extra touches are really quite nice. So yeah, looking forward to having a go at that. When I do make something out of here, I will do a little review and let you know how I get on with it. But yeah, looking forward to working through some of those projects, which will be really nice. So last weekend, I think I mentioned, well, last Friday in Friday Sews, I mentioned that I was going to be making the Wells Bay bikini by Half Moon Atelier. That's the one, isn't it? And I have made it. I'm not going to put it on to show you. I might take some pictures of myself. Well, I won't take pictures of myself in my bikini because that would be a bit weird. But I might get some pictures when I'm on holiday in a couple of weeks and show you them if I've got the courage to do so, shall we say. But yes, I have made the bikini, and I am pleased to say that it was very straightforward, almost, and the fit is really good. So I will show you here. So if you remember, I think I showed you some patterned activewear fabric that I'd got and the black, which is this, and I said I was going to sort of combine them both. Well, I decided just to use the black first because I thought, with me not making this bikini before, it would probably be better not to use my precious fabric and just make it as a bit of a toile first. Plus, I don't actually own a plain black bikini, and I think it's one of those things, having just a plain black swimsuit is always a nice thing to have, isn't it? Let's face it. I know we always get drawn to the colours and the prints and all that kind of thing, but I think from a body confidence perspective, black's always a bit of a winner, isn't it? So I thought I would toile it in the black first. So this bikini is supposed to be reversible, but I have just used black on both sides. And I am really glad I've done that. And the reason why I say that is because what you've got is you've got little bust darts. I think you can hopefully just see that there. And then you've got obviously quite thin rouleau straps. And then at the back, it's just tied in a bow. So that's great from a fitting perspective. But obviously, if this is reversible and you've got two completely different prints, or a solid and then a print, then the wrong side is going to show, isn't it? Always, when you are tying the knot at the back. So I don't quite know how that's going to work when I try this in two different fabrics, but it's really nice. Now, the only thing I would say, apart from the fact that when we talked about this last week, we talked about the fact that the size range is not fantastic, is I did find it a little bit confusing when it tells you to attach the swimwear elastic to the seam allowance around the top and also around the bottom. It wasn't clear how far you should go, if that makes sense. There's good diagrams, but the written instructions that go along with the diagrams weren't clear, in my opinion. So what I did was I attached swimwear elastic. I mean, for instance, it doesn't tell you how much you need. You know, normally with elastic, with a lot of patterns, it will tell you you need this length of elastic for this particular size. It didn't in this, which was a bit strange. So I basically just attached the elastic from the center front of the bikini top just past the side seam here, and then obviously you do that on the other side, but you work from the center front out, and then underneath I applied this, I did it the same just past the side seam, and I think that's worked okay. I would say if you are much bigger than a C cup, I mean, I'm between a B and a C at the minute, but if you are bigger than a C cup, this is not going to have enough support. But there is an option to put foam cups in it, so I haven't done that with this. I've just left it plain, and I'm really happy with how it fits. But I do think probably on my next one I might want to lengthen where I take the elastic, if that makes sense. I don't think it was very clear. And then with the bottoms, if I'm honest, when you look at the picture, and we talked about this last week, that I wanted a bikini that were more a hipster style rather than high-waisted, and a lot of the sewing patterns for bikinis and for swimwear in general, I found are high-waisted, and that wasn't what I wanted. But and this is the reason why I chose this pattern, because I thought, or it looked like it was a hipster brief, but it actually does come up quite far. So you do have a, let me get this right. There we go. You do have a waistband, and then you've got sort of a seam here at the side front, and also at the back just there. So you can obviously colour block or pattern, you know, do a pattern and a plain. And then again, these are fully reversible. Now, it's quite a interesting construction of this, because all the seams are enclosed, you know, with the legs and the waistband. So I can turn this inside out and it looks the same. And the way it gets you to do this is you actually have to burrito the legs. Now, the instructions for this and the diagram are, it does make sense if you've burritoed before, but it sort of fried my brain a bit, I'll be honest, because what you have to do, if you imagine that this is the wrong way out and you've got the raw edges of this leg, you actually have to sort of roll in the pant like this, and then you take one of the seams and wrap it round, and then you actually have to take all the leg all the way through your sewing machine with everything enclosed inside. And you can't do it all at once, because you have to pull it through and do a little bit and then pull it through again. I know this probably makes no sense whatsoever, but when I was doing it, I'm thinking this is not going to work. It's just, you know, when you think in your head, when I'm sewing, I can picture and visualize what I'm doing and how it's going to turn out, and I couldn't with this at all. And I kept thinking I'm doing this wrong, but actually it does work. So when I came to do the second leg, I felt a lot more confident. But yeah, if you've never made swimwear before, I would try a different pattern than this, because burritoing those legs so that all the seams are fully enclosed was, I felt like it was a huge gamble that I was doing and that this wasn't going to work out, but it did, and we got there. So now I've done it and tried it on. I really like it. Really, really happy with it. The fit is great. These bikini bottoms are amazing. They fit like a dream. You know, sometimes when you put bikinis on, or even underwear, and you get that wedgie thing going on, don't you, as you're walking and moving, and these don't, they stay put, which is awesome. So I am really happy with how they've turned out, and I will definitely make another set. So with that in mind, I know a few of you did leave me some fantastic comments last week and suggested some other patterns for me to try if this didn't work out. And one of the ones that somebody mentioned, I'm really sorry if that I can't remember who it was, but thank you, was the Pattern by Swimstyle patterns. I can't remember the name of it. Is it the Bailee bikini top and Bailee bottoms? I'll put a picture of them here. And I went and had a look, and I thought, yeah, that's exactly what I want. So thank you so much, because I've bought it and I'm going to make it. And would you believe that Fabric Godmother must have been listening to me, because she's come to my rescue this week. Those of you that follow Josie and the team on Instagram, I mean, I love her stories, but I try and avoid them a lot because she's always got such beautiful fabrics. And this week she posted some beautiful new activewear fabrics and swimwear fabrics that she's just got in stock. And one of them was a khaki leopard. So I've bought a metre of that. It's not come yet. It's actually coming tomorrow. But I've bought a metre of it because I want to make myself a khaki swimsuit. And I'm going to use this fabric. I will put a picture of it here if I can find it. I'm going to use it to make the Swimstyle Bailee bikini. And this pattern has got, well, you can use metalware on it. So you can use sort of metal hoops. And I had a look on Etsy and found some, and they've come today. So I'll show you what I've got. So I've got gold ones. They do them in like a plain gold and then a rose gold, I think. I will leave a link to where I got these from down in the description box below. And yeah, these, let me, in fact, I'm sorry for the rustling. I'm going to take one out of the bag to show you because it's probably much better. Yeah, there we go. So that's what these look like. And I bought 3 with the idea that I'm going to use one as the centre front for the bikini top, and then the other two will be the sides of the bikini bottoms. I have never worn a bikini that's got metal hoops in it before, so I'm really keen to have a go at that with this particular pattern. I think that's going to look really good with that fabric, so watch this space. So that's those. And yeah, it was a fairly quick make, to be honest. I whipped that up in probably about an hour and a half, something like that, last Sunday evening after Layla had gone home. And yeah, I'm really, really happy with it. So that's my make for this week. I have got another make to show you, but we'll come to that in a little while. So I've also got a few trims to show you as well. I follow a lovely girl called Caroline who has a online store called Miss Chloe, and she does have some fabrics occasionally, but most of the stuff that she sells is all sort of haberdashery trims and laces and that kind of thing. And my huge trim stash, most of it comes from her, if I'm honest. But I was having a look last week, as you do, and she'd got some gorgeous sort of crochet laces and things like that, and I placed a bit of an order with her, and this little lot came to £12 in total, including delivery, which I thought was incredible. So these are the trims that I got. You have to just keep having a look at what she's got. I mean, these aren't repeated. This isn't repeated stock, if that makes sense. What she has is what she's got, and once it's gone, she generally can't get it again. But I bought quite a few bits and pieces, so I'll show you what I got, because these are all ideas for boho dresses and things like that I have. So the first one I got is this black lace, which I had in mind that this would work for one of my Goth makes at some point, and I've got quite a few meters of this, which is just wrapped around this card. I think this was something like 10 meters for £2, something like that. It's really, really inexpensive. So that's the only black one I got. Everything else is sort of white or cream. So she'd also got these, which are like lace collars. Well, they're not like them at all. They are lace collars. And she sells them in a set. Again, they are, I think, £1.99 for a set. So the idea of these are that they can be attached to a blouse, and you have them like that, if that makes sense. So they're like lace collars. Well, they are lace collars. They are lace collars. And you attach them to a blouse, so you don't have to do a collar, and it goes over the shoulder like that. And I just thought these were really, really nice. So I got a set. As I say, I think they were £2. They're really lovely, really nice quality laces. I don't know where she gets this stuff from, but I'm really, really keen to make something, like maybe make another Anna Allen Anthea blouse and put these on. I think that would look really nice. So yeah, excited to use that and see how that works. And then the others I've got are these beautiful sort of crochet trims. I mean, they're just gorgeous. Look at these. So again, I got a full card of about 10 meters of this. I think they were £1.99, £2.99, something like that for the full 10 meters. So that's that one. I also got this one, which is white. I'm just going to try and show you an end for this. Where are we? Let's have a look. So again, this is a, just a simple sort of crochet lace. And what I thought would be nice to use this for is if you think of like a tiered maxi skirt, and between the gathered tiers, I could insert some of this just for added interest. I think that would be really, really sweet. So that's that one. And then the last one I got was this one, which again is like an off-white colour, well, cream. I just think it's beautiful. So yeah, those are the trims that I got from Miss Chloe. I will leave a link to her little store down below if you are interested. As I say, she has all sorts in there, and some of it is it's just unbelievably inexpensive. So sometimes delivery can be a couple of weeks from her. That's the only thing, but I've never had a problem at all. So the lovely Becky, who you probably all know as What Beck Sews, was doing a bit of a destash this week, and I unfortunately missed out on a couple of things that I really wanted, because I think she was listing them while I was still at work in the prison, and I can't access Instagram or any social media when I'm at work. So by the time I came out of work, a few of her beautiful fabrics had already sold, but she did have this one. So this came yesterday, and it is a cotton voile, which is in this beautiful sort of lemon and blue print, in this sort of floral print. I can't remember how much it is. Is it 3 meters? I think she was selling this for. So I bought this from Becky, and this arrived yesterday as well. And I did a little squeal when I opened it, because inside, along with my fabric, was this little box. Now, Becky has her own little business called Jazz and Wow, where she sells jewellery, resin jewellery and buttons as well. And she sent me a pair of her latest range of earrings, which are these ones here. I don't know if you can see them very well. Let's have a look. Is that going to be better? So they're simple discs with, I believe, remnants of Lady McElroy fabric in them, and they're on a little hoop earring, and they are just gorgeous. And as I say, I did a little squeal because I wasn't expecting that. So thank you so much, Becky, if you are watching. I did message Becky to thank her because they are gorgeous, so I had to wear them to show you. So that's the fabric that I got from Becky. And then what is next on my plans? So I am going on holiday in 2 weeks, and I have cut out the Vogue pattern. Let me just grab it and I'll show you. So it is Vogue V9253. Now, I believe that this particular version of this pattern is no longer in production, if that makes sense. You can't get this one. They've renamed it. I will put a picture of the renamed pattern because it's got a different number now and a different cover, but it is actually the same dress, so that if you are interested in it, you can go ahead and buy it if you want to. But this dress I've made a couple of times and it is gorgeous. I love it. It is really easy, really straightforward. So I bought this fabric from the Stitch Festival when I was there in March, and I got it from Stitch Fabrics, as you know, and I've got it all cut out and ready. So that's ready to sew up, and I'm really excited to get that done because I want to take that on holiday, and I've got 2 weeks now. It's 2 weeks on Saturday till we fly to Portugal, and yeah, I need to get that done. The other pattern that I've decided to make for my holiday, let me just move those to one side, excuse the rustling, is another pattern by Tint of Mint Patterns. Now, I made the Violette dress by them last year. No, was it last year or was it the year before? I think it was last year. I think I made it. I'll put a picture of it here. It's actually, thinking about it, it's on the intro to my vlog, actually, to my channel, on the intro. Yes, it is. I'm sure it is. But I'll put a picture of it here anyway. But yes, that's the Violette dress that I made by Tint of Mint Patterns, and she's got some beautiful patterns actually. So I bought this one. Since I've lost weight, it's given me a little bit more confidence to try designs that I feel a little bit more confident in wearing now, if that makes sense. So I had my eye on this for a long time, so I bought it last week. It's this one, Amber, and it's got sort of, it's like a how can I describe it? It's like a cupped basque bodice corset style, but it's not a really structured one. It's designed for sort of lightweight woven fabrics, and if you look on the back, it's got sort of elasticated. I don't know if it's elastic or whether it's shirred. I think it's shirred. So fit wise, it should be fairly straightforward, but I will put an image of the dress for you because it does look a little bit different to the line drawings. So I bought that pattern, and I have got the pattern cut out, but I haven't cut my fabric yet because I wanted to check which fabric I wanted to use. And I've got this lovely fabric that I bought from Sarah at Simple Life Fabrics, and it's this beautiful double gauze, really pretty. It's on a off-white background, and it's got all these gorgeous little flowers on, and I think that's going to be gorgeous in that dress. So I'm planning to make that for my holiday as well. And yeah, that's going to be the next to make. As I say, I've chosen the size that I am going with. Now, the only thing is, when I look at the size range, again, these patterns are not very size inclusive. I mean, she is a very small independent designer, and perhaps as she grows and gets more experience, she might extend her size range, but currently her size range is a UK 4 to 24. I think she goes up to a 50-inch bust, which is still fairly good, let's face it. And I have gone with the size 12, the UK size 12, which more or less fits my measurements. But the finished garment measurements don't make sense. And I think I touched on this last year when I made the Violette, in that she doesn't give you the full circumference of the garment, the finished garment. She doesn't give you that measurement. She gives you half of it and then tells you to double it, which is just a bit strange, I think. I don't know why she does that. But when I looked at the finished measurements of this dress that are printed in the pattern, it doesn't make sense. And the reason even with that in mind, the reason I say that is, for instance, I think the size 12 is a 36.6 bust measurement, as in your body measurement, but the finished garment measurement says it's 15.5 inches for half across, and then you double it, which is 31 inches. So that's negative ease of 5 inches. I don't think that's right. So yeah, I mean, what I've done is I've measured the pattern pieces and I know that it's going to be fine. So I think that's an error. So I am going to message her and just ask her to clarify that, because as I say, it just, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like the hip measurement, for instance, I think even on the largest size, the finished hip measurement says something like 38 inches, which is just not right. So I don't know what's going on there, whether it's just an error and she's not picked up on it or what. But yeah, I will get in touch with her and just ask her to clarify that. But I'm confident once I have printed out the PDF and stuck it all together, made the adjustments that I need to make to lengthen the bodice slightly, because I know that this is, well, I'm saying, I don't know if I think this is Empire line from what I can remember, but you'll be able to tell by the image that I'll insert. And I will need to lengthen it a little bit. So I have lengthened it by 1 inch. But I'm really looking forward to trying that dress out and hoping that it fits. Fingers crossed. So that is next on my list to make. And I also want to make the Foxie boxes by Gracie Steele, who is an Australian designer. Now, Tamlin's made these and I know she loves the pattern. So I've got the pattern and I'd like to make the shorts because I think the shorts would be really, really simple to make. But I did see somebody on Instagram, I think it was Alexandra somebody. If I can find the picture, I will put it in here. But she did a comparison between the Foxie Boxy longer length trousers and the saguaro pants. And I really liked looking at it because the waistband elastic is very different on both. And I think she actually preferred the Foxie Boxes, and looking at them side by side, I think I will too. So I'm going to make the cropped trouser version of these because I think for holiday, you know, to just pull on, take off, I think they're going to be perfect. So I've got that pattern printed out as well. And I think I've cut out the size that I need. The fabric that I've chosen, let me just grab it and show you. So this is my fabric and I can't remember where this is from, but it was upstairs in my sewing room, and it is like a sort of washed cotton with a bit of viscose in. I think it's like this sort of deep rose pink colour, which I really love. And yeah, I am going to make a cropped version of the Foxie Boxes. It's a great name, isn't it? And I think that will look really nice and be, you know, an easy pair of trousers that I can just throw on with a little white vest or even a little black vest, although black's not a great colour to wear in the sun, is it? And it'll be really cute. And I might have enough here to make a matching pair of shorts as well. So we might do that. We shall see. And then I think that's about it. I'm not going to put myself under lots of pressure to make loads of things for my holiday. I know I had loads of plans before in my head. I didn't formalise it as such, but in my head I'd got all these ideas of all the things that I wanted to make for my holiday. And it's just not happened, you know, and it's fine. I've got loads of clothes upstairs that I still haven't dug out from under my bed. I'm going to get them out now and have a big trying on session to see what fits and what's going to work for my holiday, etc., with some beautiful things that I've made before. And I think that's going to be really nice to do that. So I had to have a bit of a mix of a couple of new things for my holiday, but some older loved makes as well that I can wear and feel great in. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And then finally, I am going to show you what I've made for the Goth Festival. So I haven't had a lot of time to sew this week, as I mentioned earlier, and I had originally planned to get this done last weekend, but because we were having Layla, which was a very last minute thing, that scuppered my plans. And all week I've been thinking, I need to get this dress made, I need to get this dress made, and it's just, time has just run away with me. And then last night when I got in from work and I was in bed and I was winding down from work and thinking about things as you do, I thought, do you know what, shall I just forget it and just wear what I wore last time, because I've got a gorgeous dress that I made when I went to the festival last year. But then I thought this morning, I thought I've got the day to sew. I knew that I'd got a few other bits and pieces to be getting on with today as well, so time wasn't on my side, but I thought I'd planned to do some sewing today because it's been the first opportunity that I've had all week to sew. So I thought, why not just start it? If I don't get it done, it's not a big deal. So the pattern that I went with is the Clara Dress by Silversaga Patterns. Now, I know that I sent this pattern off when I bought it to Plan 24 Printing, who I've used before, and I got it back AO print, and I don't know where I've put it. I know it's in one of my folders somewhere. I have had all these out and it's not amongst them, so I don't know where it is. So it meant that I had to print off another 52 pages of A4 and stick it all together. Now, fortunately, Jessica, who is behind the brand, does have layered PDFs, which meant that I could choose my size and omit all the other sizes that I needed. So I went with the size 38, which matches my measurements, stuck it all together this morning, found some fabric. Now I've just gone with black cotton lawn because I knew I had enough of it, and cut it all out, got it sewn up, bish bash bosh, done by lunchtime. Can't believe it. It is actually a very straightforward make in the fact that you've only got a front, a back, a sleeve and a pocket. And obviously you can omit the pockets if you want to. I didn't omit the pockets. The biggest sort of time consuming thing with this dress is actually all the casings that you need to insert elastic, because it's got elastic around the neckline and it's got two casings for elastic for the underbust and the waist, and then in the sleeve as well. But I did get it done, and if you remember, if you've been watching my Friday sews for a while, I did mention a couple of months ago, that I was looking for some gorgeous black lace that I could put around the sleeves, and I found some from Temu, got it, and it was perfect. And I've used it on this dress because that's what the plan was. It was always going to be this dress. And I am so happy with how this has come out. So let me grab the dress and I will show you. So here she is. Here is my Clara dress on my mannequin. Now, I don't know how easy this is going to be for you to see, because black is so difficult to film and photograph. It's really hard, isn't it? But basically, this is a gorgeous gathered dress with, as I say, it's got this lovely elasticated neckline, so you can wear it on the shoulder or you can wear it off the shoulder. It's got no other fastening, so there's no buttons, there's no zips or anything. It is literally a pull on, pull off type of garment. And then you've got two casings, so you've got one under your bust here, you've got another one a couple of inches lower for the waist casing, and then it's a loose floaty skirt. I did insert the pockets, which are here, and they are decent sized pockets, so I'm really happy that I put those in. And then you've got these beautiful sleeves, which are really voluminous, and then they have a casing in as well for elastic around the elbow. Now the normal sleeve is just sort of turned under. If I put my hand underneath, you can probably just see that it's turned under and just hemmed. But I decided to attach the lace over the top. So if I put my arm in, if I can do it this way and try and show you how that looks. So the lace detail is literally just stitched onto the bottom of the casing on the right side of the garment. And then it comes down just a little bit below the original hem of the sleeve, and I really like how that's worked out. It was fun to do, and I think it just gives it a nice little extra touch. So I'm really happy with it. I did lengthen the bodice a little bit, as I always do, and I lengthened the skirt by 3.5 inches as well, and I probably could have gone a little bit longer, to be honest, but it's going to be fine. I've tried it on, it fits me really, really well. I'm not sure if I mentioned what size. Did I say I've made a size 38? She's got a really good size range, has Jessica, for her patterns. I've made 3 of her dresses now, and this was the most straightforward and easiest one to do. But I love it. Yeah, this is a Lady McElroy cotton lawn that I had in my stash that I've had for ages. And I'd got about 6 meters of it because I tend to buy cotton lawns in bulk because I use them a lot for linings. But this was still in my stash, unused, so I thought it would be perfect for this. As you can see, because you can see the mannequin through the garment, it is fairly sheer. Well, when I say sheer, it's lightweight, it's a cotton lawn. So I'm going to wear a black slip underneath this, which I think will work fine. And yeah, it will be absolutely fine. I think if I'd have had more time, I probably would have used a poplin. I think cotton poplin for this dress, just to give it a little bit more drama and a little bit more structure and a little bit more opaqueness, would probably have been better, but I didn't have time. Yeah, I just didn't have time to go and search for some, to be honest. So I used what I had in my stash, which is always a good thing. So that was a straightforward make, which I got finished today, and I must admit I was feeling really stressed this morning because I hadn't anticipated it being as straightforward as what it was, and I thought, I'm just not going to get this done today. But it was great. The instructions were brilliant, and yeah, I'm absolutely delighted with it. I'm not going to try it on and show you because I'm going to show you once I have got it on with all my makeup and my hair and everything else over the weekend. I'll get some photos taken, and you can see how it looks when I'm all gothed up. So yeah, I'm really happy that I've got it done. I'm going to take the other dress as well, which is a Gertie dress that I made a couple of years ago. I will insert a couple of pictures of me in that so you can see what I looked like in that, and I'm going to take that away with me again. And yeah, I am delighted that I've got another option to wear now, because we're going to see some bands on Saturday night as well. At the festival, there are some of our goth bands playing, which I'm really excited to do that too. So looking forward to a really good weekend. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it there because I have been waffling away now for nearly 40 minutes, and I need to get this edited and uploaded so that it's ready to go live for you for over the weekend. So by the time you're watching this, I will probably be gothing it up in Whitby and hoping the weather stays dry. That would be so nice. But I'm going to leave it there, and have a great weekend, whatever you're up to, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye.